And now, pick of the bunch, a chance to hear again some of the best items broadcast this week. Specially selected for you by Gail Warning. Hello. In Wednesday's edition of 24 Hours and Hours and Hours, the Home Secretary was asked by Kenneth Allgassengaters how he looking back on a lifetime in politics. This was the Home Secretary's answer.
Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never...
So sorry, that was, of course, the wrong recording. What the Home Secretary did, in fact, say was... Oh, very funny! And so to sport, and Saturday's great international soccer match between England and the rest of the world. And we joined the match with the score 6-all, 1 minute left to play, and England about to score that winning goal. So over now to the commentator, Kenneth Wurstenhammer.
Oh, sorry, England scored just then, apparently. I didn't notice. Sorry.
And finally, music. And we close with a piece from Radio 1's up-to-the-minute pop programme, the BBC concert of popular favourites for you, Daddy-O. And the boys with their symphonic rendering of the Angus Prune tune bring you inevitably, indubitably, inanely in a couple of minutes. Simbrook Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, David Hatch, Joe Kendall and Melody in yet another I'm Sorry I'll Read That Again. And here to tell you about it is John Otto Cleese.
Oh no, it's I'm Sorry I'll Read That Again.
I'm Sorry I'll Read That Again. Report. We report on the Army.
And we ask the question, is it really a man's life in the Army?
Well, if you don't know by now, can you? The British Army at the moment stands at 50,000 strong. 20,000 not so strong and about 300 weak.
But will we keep our figures up?
Speak your own figure, Baggy.
Having lost the Empire, we are now having to say goodbye to our commitments east of Suez.
Oh, boy, allow me.
Bye-bye, soldier.
But will this mean the disbanding of more fighting units? For many today, the choice is either disband or disband, and not surprisingly, most of them choose disband. But we in Britain today must face the fact that every day our soldiers are dwindling.
Dwindle!
Our troops stationed abroad are being cut down. And even at home, the army are not attracting as many men. Why are you looking at me? So, if we are to build up a new fighting force, the question we must ask is, why do men join the army? What do they hope to find?
Hello, soldier.
Hello, Salome.
And once they've joined up, what do they want to get out of the army?
You're quite right.
Why? What do they want?
To get out of the army. In other words, it looks as if a recruiting drive is the only answer, but with a new approach.
So far, army advertising has tried to attract young men by inviting them to
play games, join a club, learn a trade,
and by assuring them
it's a clean, healthy life in the British Army.
But now they're going to try a more truthful approach. And they've recently commissioned an absolutely honest commercial to let recruits know what the real attractions are. Head up with your whitened kids. Get away for 2 years. To the Far East. It's hot and sweaty, but you can skive off to the beach. And there's plenty of adult entertainment, if you know what I mean. If you're bent on sport, or if you're bent on learning a trade, or if you're bent, we have what you want. And if it's music you fancy, well, there's a sing-song in the barrack room every night.
Or a
Of course, if you're creepy enough, you can become an officer and enjoy the unequal satisfaction of humiliating your inferiors. How about it then? Are you a lazy, lecherous, conniving bully with 2 or less O-levels? Then we are for you in the army. The army seems to have lost some of its respect and traditional dignity. To see if we could find out why, we talked to the man who's colonel of the Dagenham Girl Pipers, the notorious Mad Twitch. Good evening, sir. I would all love to know how you earned the name Mad Twitch. It's rather not say. I can't read the full story of Mad Twitch in his own words. He's a
your favorite Sunday newspaper. But of course, it's not all hard work in the army, and the modern soldier has plenty of opportunity for spare time pursuit.
Hello, soldier.
And at the end of the day, the fighting man can look forward to taking time out and putting his feet up in the comfort of his own little army hut. Even the sergeant major hurries home to his wife and kids. George is fucking steady! Hit! George is ready to be put in home for his supper. Here.
Hello, dear. You're home nice and early.
Hello, you all woolly wood. Smarten up now. Smarten up. Show respect. Stomach in. Sit down. All right, that's fine enough.
Have you had a nice day, dear?
Mrs. Muggies!
Yes, dear.
Mrs. Muggies, prepare to welcome husband you.
Welcome home, dear.
Mrs. Muggies, hitting my numbers. Prepare to hit. Hit. To the... To the jump. Now, are my pipe and slippers ready for inspection?
Yes, dear. Here they are by the fire.
Right then. Where do you keep your mind? Where are you? Come on, Billy.
Here I am, Daddy.
Baby Jimmy.
Please tell me a coffee.
That's only sympathy. All prisoners drink. Alice, report your man in the kitchen. Baby Jimmy, you report for potty training. Hey, please, wait for it. Please, wait. And at the end of his career in the army, what can the old soldier look forward to? Well, he has the prospect of retirement spent in the company of his old comrades, looking back in the twilight of his years over the days of his youth, and casting the eye of experience over the events of the day.
They don't know what it is to fight. They don't. Long-haired fellas, can't tell if they're fellas or females these days. Fellas or females? You take that young son of mine, Beatrice. I put him down for a commission in the Blues the other day. Put my boy down, too. Did you? Put my dog down the other day. Sorry to lose him. What happened? Got a commission. Well, the young recruit of today is not the same fella he was 50 years ago. Oh, yeah. Where was he in 1914? That's where I'd like to go. Yellow bellies. Yeah. The youngsters of today are nothing but a lot of long-haired pippies. Long-haired pippies. Listening to hop music. Music. Right. Caterwauling nonsense. Sung by these long-haired pippies. Shocking noise. Don't understand a word they say. Pardon? Don't understand a word they say. Maybe. But I can't understand a word they say. Neither can I. Pardon? Service, national service, do them all good. Teach him a bit of discipline. When I was their age, I joined up, went off to war, and got killed. You wouldn't find these modern youngsters doing a thing like that. Long-haired intellectuals. Had all my hair blown off in the war. I've got a wooden wig. I thought it was odd, you combing your hair with a chisel. When I was in France, I lost 3 legs. And the gramophone. Yeah, I had my gramophone blown off. Yeah. I had my hat blown off. Well, had to get a wooden one. Yeah. I had everything blown off. I'm completely wooden here. Look, you tell that to these modern youngsters, they'd laugh in your face. Yeah. Long-haired pippies. Yeah. Chaps like that have lost us the war. They know what the country's coming to. It's great. And another thing. Yeah. These miniskirts. What about them? These miniskirts. I mean, you look all right, but I look all right. And now, a late football result. The Army 4, the Navy off. And now a song from Billy the Kid, Oddie.
See the little children
waiting in the morning, wonder where they're going, wandering up. They're anticipating the journey of a lifetime. Everybody ready, then away, let's go on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. We're all going on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. Everybody going on a hovercraft ride. Better than a tandem or a penny fall, better than a donkey going clip-clop, and nicer than a coach trip, smoother than a sleigh ride, slicker than a story with a bridge on top on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. We're all going on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. Everybody's going on a hovercraft ride. All the boys start to rock. Get away. All the we're all going on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. Everybody going on a hovercraft ride, woo, a hovercraft ride, yeah, a hovercraft ride. We're all going on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. Everybody going on a hovercraft ride, yeah, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. We're all going on a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride, a hovercraft ride. Everybody going on a hovercraft ride.
We interrupt the program for a police message. Late last night, a West End supermarket was broken into, and 7 pounds of cheese and 50 bottles of aftershave were stolen. Police are looking for a very, very sexy mouse. And now, it's time for your favorite cereal.
You will grow up strong and tough with a plate of breaky puff. Living a break.
Now, our favorite cereal. Last week we did episode 1, Professor Prune and the Electric Time Trousers. Those of you who didn't hear it probably haven't switched off yet, so before you have time to get to the knob, here's episode 2. Too late.
Time trousers.
You do that very well. Thank you.
Before we start, I'll quickly tell you what happened last week. And to do so, I'll sit on this settee. The story so far. Professor Prune, his nephew Basil, and his sister Trixie, their mechanic Percy, and their dog Spot have all flown off the Electric Time Trousers when they discover the notorious German spy helmet is stowed away in order to get their secrets, which they won't give him, and so he threatens to crash them. And the Persian Solo has been hijacked by a gang of international soap thieves, but Ilya Kuriakis well, look, I switched over to Man from Uncle. Anyway, here's episode 2 of...
The Electric Time Trousers.
What's gone wrong?
Well, I'm afraid the inlet manifold has completely disengaged the hypersensitive flanges, and the radio cardioid tuners are no longer sparking the alpha beam charge centers.
In other words,
It's broken.
you dog.
Well, shut up,
Helmut, you've done this, haven't you?
No, I haven't, Sugar Jaws.
You're lying.
Honest, they're not tickle toes.
Well,
Hang on, Candy Nix.
Don't keep calling me those names.
Right off.
I'm getting all embarrassed.
Oh, if it's not Helmut, it must be our most deadly enemy.
look at the telly screen.
Sure enough, there on the screen, the face that at that moment they least wanted to see.
Oh, Harry.
No, it's not the actual Rolf Harris. I know it looks exactly like the real thing, but it's a robot, an incredible machine which moves with strange, jerky movements, with a monotonous, high-pitched voice, and relentless, inexhaustible, mindless energy.
Just like the real thing.
Exactly. But don't be fooled. It's all a wicked plot to take over the world by our most deadly enemy.
Who's that?
N.B., the identity of the most deadly enemy will be revealed in a later program.
Oh.
Just do something to keep them listening.
You will be annihilated, sport. You will be annihilated, sport.
Oh, you'll never make us crash. We'll destroy you. We have a gamma ray.
Hard cheese, the old naked. Hard cheese, the old naked. We have a Ted Ray.
No, a dead ray fires 500 gags a minute. No one stands a chance against it.
And at that moment, the Aussie's deadly Ted Ray let go a vicious fusillade.
That's the thing, my wife. That's the thing she falls over. She rocks herself to sleep trying to get up here. My wife, she's going to feel like a million dollars. Oh, very quickly. Wait a minute, Ricky. My sister, right? She got lost. Sit down.
Me out, darling. Ha ha. The time trousers shuddered. And the instruments went haywire. Down fell the time trousers. Hurtling to the stars of the galaxy. And to the stars of the planet.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Radio, will do.
Thank you. The professor scrambled to his feet.
Come here, Pete.
Spot shook himself. Shut up. And the children found themselves lying in a heap.
I'm afraid the time trousers are a bit crumpled, but if we're all right, let's get outside.
Oh, the trousers are all jammed.
Then we'll just have to use the emergency exit. Can't you come, everybody?
They found themselves in the middle of a dark forest. The eerie silence disturbed only by the crying of an owl. The occasional sound of a bear. Somewhere a wild turkey was gobbling.
Delicious.
And a few small birds were going cheap. Right, Mikey! By them ran a clear stream full of strange flat fish. What manner of cake is this?
Who knows? We've traveled through time and space. I have a feeling we're in a vast primordial forest full of gigantic prehistoric trees that are flourishing long before the coming of mankind on this earth. Either that or it's somewhere else.
Look at Spot. I think he found something. Yes, look, on the ground. Footprints.
Some large hoof-eyed creature has passed this way very recently.
Yes, you're quite right. Spot's picked up its scent.
Oh, it's a bottle of love in a mist.
Very incredible and effeminate moose.
And into the clearing rode a gaily clad huntsman on a dazzling white horse, which immediately told them they were in the 16th century.
You're in the 16th.
The swarthy hunter dismounted and came towards them. The man wore gauntlets.
That's all. What are gauntlets? Baby gauntlets.
Hey, stranger, who are you?
I might ask you the same question.
Oh, that'd be a coincidence. I am master of the Queen's Hunt, Sir Ewan Cry. I've come out to see if I've caught anything in my gin trap.
And have you?
Not a bottle. The great Queen will be most interested when I take you back. But first I shall bind you hand and foot. Sergeant, give me a song.
Certainly. And here is the light. How is the sound of the beauty?
As our little band were led through the streets of London, the onlookers howled their derision. Until they came in sight of the Tower of London.
No, I don't want to go in there.
Why not?
It costs £5 and it's incredibly boring.
This is a magnificent fortress. Look at these great towers, and those impregnable bastions, and those sturdy, bulwarks. I beg your pardon. The little party had stood on the edge of the moat as the drawbridge came down. We must soar a foot off that drawbridge. They were led to a magnificent central hall. The walls were hung with beautiful Persian carpets, and the floor was covered with wallpaper. Over the throne was the great seal of England. Oi!
Shut up, Spot. See, over there, Basil. There's the court minstrel singing the praises of Her Majesty.
It could be finer than Elizabeth's Regina in the morning.
We're expecting the Queen's arrival any minute, and then we'll see if she'll give you an audience.
If it's better than this one.
At that moment, a fanfare sounded. be different. Everyone rushed to and fro, sorting themselves out.
Oh, what an incredible bustle.
Oh, glad you like it.
Lady Constantly.
Nonsense. We are not Lady Constance. We are Queen Elizabeth, the monarch of the universe. The ruler of heaven and earth. The most courageous, the most wondrous, and not to be kept out of a new serial if she can help it.
But I feel I know you so well.
In time, impetuous boy. I am Elizabeth. And why do you think I've got this crown on my head?
You're advertising margarine. She was a magnificent sight, wearing a crinoline so large that one could have hidden 8 men underneath it.
10 is a push.
A jolly fitting costume, Your Majesty.
I better lie, 11 with the push. Yes, it is a good costume, isn't it? I got it from the Victoria and Albert Museum. Oh, dear, I've got a frog in my face. With luck, it might turn into a prince. Anyway, who are you people and how did you get here?
I found them trespassing in the royal forest. These 2 men, this little girl, this dwarf.
I'm not a dwarf.
A little boy. And this little boy, played by a dwarf.
Sorry, Your Majesty. We're so tired and hungry. What are you going to do with us?
I shall feed you on bread and water. Unless, of course, your uncle.
Oh, I'll do whatever you want.
You'll find a chicken in the oven, children. Only about yourself.
My name, Your Majesty, is Professor Prune. A few days ago, I took off in a pair of trousers.
Well, what goes up must come down.
Whatever that may mean.
Optimism, yes.
You see, these were my electric time trousers.
Of course. Well, I'm sure we shall get along very well. You will feast with me tonight. And meanwhile, my maidservants will prepare the royal sweet. And later on, we'll... Electric time trousers? What are you, some kind of nut? You're a loony.
I'm not.
You are a loony.
Your Majesty, you're losing your decorum.
Yes, I am. Yes. Anyway, bring me my favorite advisor.
At this, a handsome gentleman in pink hose and a lace collar strode forward.
You know what he is?
Yes.
Introduce yourself to this madman.
I'm Francis Drake, but you can call me Duck. How is it?
Francis, what have you got to say about electric trousers?
I'd love, sir.
Well, it's taken a great deal of money and courage to develop these trousers. And we travel through the stars from planet to planet.
Well, our astrologer says that all those twinkly dots are holes in the sky, and we believe him.
There's rubbish.
I know, but it saves us a fortune. I mean, who's going to spend millions of pounds sending a man in orbit round a hole? Good thinking! Good thinking! Not much of a joke, but good thinking.
Well, Drake, what do you make of him?
Nothing, but cute with it.
Well, I saw him first. Well, Looney Prune, I, Queen Elizabeth, am going to give her a chance to change the course of history. I expect you've all been wondering why I have never married.
No.
Oh. Well, I've sworn that if I marry, I wear the trousers. A weak little nutter like you might just suit me. And I must say electric trousers do sound rather fun. Professor Prune, I command you to marry me.
Never.
But it's the Queen's pleasure.
That's not mine.
You to become my mate.
I'm not paying. I won't do it.
Professor Prune, think of the children. Professor Prune, if you don't marry Her Majesty, they will all suffer. It's either you or Basil.
I'm not marrying her.
Well, you shall be punished. It is our habit in our court to make punishment fit the crime. If a man runs away from the army, we cut off his leg. If a man...
our friends were led away protesting. Professor Prune, the children of Patsy, were thrown in a dungeon. There they stood amongst all manner of hideous instruments of torture. Thumbscrews, chains, burning coals, a never-ending tape of the bachelors. First of all, a machine that stretched them over a scorching fire, the toast rack. And beside them all, with flaming wicked eyes and a bushy black beard, was the chief torturer.
You will be annihilated, sport. You will be annihilated, sport. You will be annihilated.
Will the Aussies sizzle our friends on the toast rack and bring back the ashes? Who is the mysterious Queen Elizabeth? What's happened to the faithful dog? Shut up. Do six-man housewives really listen to Jimmy Young? Listen next week to episode 3 of
The Time Trouser.
In the foregoing half hour, the cast of thousands was reduced for reasons of economy to the voices of Tim Brooke Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, David Hatch, Joe Kendall, and Bellotti. The script was written by Bellotti and Graham Garden, the song was written by Bellotti, the music was arranged by Leon Cohen and played by Dave Lee and the boys. And the production was by David Hatch and Peter Titheridge. Before we close, here is the shipping forecast.
The Queen Elizabeth should be passing Land's End about now.
And here is John Otto Cleese.
Oh, no! It's Imperial! Read that again!